Hola estudiantes, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Espero que estén bien. A ver, so let's talk about how to improve in this course, okay? Um, we covered chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? And at this point of the semester, basically the end of April, there are many students that are not getting the idea of the course. Now, in this course, I need to develop a linguistic competence, your linguistic competence. And if you decide to keep reading, to keep completing the activities by going to Google and um, translating everything, here nothing is happening and it's impossible for you to develop those skills. Okay, so keep that in mind. At the end, I want to see that you're able to interact at basic level in Spanish. I know that when you open VHL, you see tons of vocabulary, a lot of rules, and blah, blah, blah. The problem is that if you have um, a problem with learning, the learning process, you are not going to allow yourself to learn. Okay? You have to be open to make mistakes because that's the learning process. But if you want to pay attention to being correct all the time, it's impossible because then you're afraid of making mistakes and look like, I don't know, like a silly person. And that's totally the opposite. Okay? Bien. So, um, in order for you to pass this class, you should be able to establish that interaction. And if you don't take time to memorize the vocabulary, to go over the structure, it's going to be impossible. If you go back to the syllabus, you will see that as part of the evaluation tools that I have, one of them is an oral exam. And I have been trying to train you since day one to be able to pass that oral evaluation. Some of you decided not to work towards that because, as I said, they go translate or read everything, the translation or their stuff. Okay. And they are not going to be ready, sorry, mistakes, blah, blah. They are not going to be ready for the oral evaluation. Okay. If you have been struggling during the semester, but at the end or towards the end, you show me that you have improved, I cannot keep you in 105. I have to help you to move on because you showed improvements. Okay. Now, um, if at this point of the semester, if you're not able to say your name in Spanish, if you're not able to tell me where you are from, your age, to express the things that you like, to express the things that you prefer, that you want to do, or that you're going to do, impossible. to help you to move on. If you're not able to describe some of the things that you do usually, habitually, all the time, or describe things or people, okay, or activities that your friends do, impossible to move on, okay. So my suggestion is stop working against yourself, okay. Stop working against yourself and give you and give your brain the opportunity to be in another level, okay. Because when you learn a second language, especially a second language, your brain is going to start making new connections, and that is going to help you to be at another level. Your brain is going to start getting bigger, not physically, okay, but in another aspects. El aspecto cognitivo, okay, the cognitive development, okay. So be open, okay, to new things. Don't be afraid, because being afraid is working. Being afraid and not allowing yourself to do things, it's working against your own being, your own nature, okay. Students, by nature, they they are supposed to learn, so allow you to do that. Very early in the morning, take some time before doing other stuff. Take a look at the vocabulary, quiz yourself, read the grammar, okay, and then during the day go back and study them, and then nighttime sit down and study and do the activities. Do not wait until the end of the week to complete the activity, because then you're not going to be ready, okay. If you need help, I'm posting VHL tutorials every single week to help you. You need to open them, okay? And after that, do some activities, take notes, write down things, because that is going to help you in the memorization process, okay? Um, and then try to improvise when you're doing these videos. Improvise. What could be wrong? What could be wrong? Doesn't matter, okay? But I need to see that you're trying, okay? So then I can help you. So help me to help you, okay? Of course, you can contact the Learning Center online, or you can email me, okay? And then we can find a time so I can sit down with you after you trying to memorize and studying the material. I can sit down with you and go over some stuff and explain things, okay? It's extremely important that that at this point you know how to conjugate verbs, okay. So if you're having problems, go back to the conjugations, okay. Yo vivo, yo hablo, yo estudio, yo escribo, and then mi amiga escribe, mi amiga habla, etc., 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 okay. Those are the basics, okay, in order to pass this class and be able to establish basic communication, okay. Bien, people, so I hope that somehow this is helping you to realize the things that you have to do before the end of the semester. And again, I pay a lot of attention to improvement, so we have some time. We have a couple of more weeks. So email me, go to the tutoring center, and find time to memorize. Okay, because when I do these voice threads, is to see how well you have digested the information. It's not for me to see how well you can read in Spanish. I know that you can read pretty good if you're doing some of the activities at least. Okay, I know that that will take place, so that's not a skill that I'm worried about. I'm more interested in the interaction because it's not fair to pay for a course of language, and then at the end of that course not be able to express anything. Come on, impossible. So yes, I want you to be ready to talk to people in Spanish and understand them. So that's why I give a lot of listening activities too. Okay. Bien, ahora sí, hasta luego y espero que mejores. I hope that you improve, okay? Hasta luego, chao.